You are now listening to the sounds of Dr. B's Spot, a production of Bowden Enterprise Services, LLC. Join the podcast where love and life topics are discussed surrounding spiritual connection, relationships, finance, and becoming a better you through elevation. And now, here's your host, spiritual advisor and behavioral health clinician, Dr. B.
Welcome back to another session of Dr. B's Spot, Love and Life, the podcast where we talk about all things love, life, and spirituality. I am your host, your spiritualist, your therapist, Dr. B. We are back in business and back in action. Thank you once again for tuning in and listening to my content. It's always appreciated. Now, I don't like to waste time, so let's jump right in. This week's topic is called Cut from a Different Cloth. In the world that we live in, many try to typecast folks or put them in boxes or categories when they can't logically identify who you are as a person, meaning their curiosity becomes a fascination to try to break down facet layers of your personality, romantic interests, education, family, career, financial status, and who you may rub shoulders with. And the list can go on and on. So they will but they will throw labels and organizational structures to suit their benefit of having an understanding of who or where you come from and what you are in their mind. I think it's funny at times that people perceive you one way and have this idea of thinking they know you at your core. And when things shift and you show another facet of who you are, which is just an extension of your being, they seem so surprised. Now, why is that? Could it be that you're cut from a different cloth? Sometimes it's forgotten that you are uniquely made. There is no one in this world like you. They can make many replicas, but there can only be one. For instance, in relationships, why is it that when your partner misses the mark and fumbles the ball and loses you by trading what they thought were greener pastures, but later realizes that the person that they thought were better suited for them rather than you was all a figment of their imagination? That person could never be you in this life. The shoes that you fill can never be filled by anyone else but you. Your partner realizes that they misjudge and play themselves. That was just a mirage. Now they're left in the desert, thirsty and parched. My goodness. Have you ever watched the tabloids or gossip shows and they show either best dressed celebs or who wore it best category? That's where a few of them wore the same designer, but out of this lineup, when you look across the board, there can only be one winner that looks the best in the same attire. And guess what? That's you. You're cut from a different cloth. This is why I say many times there can only be one. There are so many instances where your footprints are designed to be mimicked. Fashion trends are designed to be mimicked. Personality mimicked. Creativity mimicked. Guess what? After a while, people can detect what's real from fake. They will see the real McCoy. You just keep doing you. Every time you push yourself to new levels, you are reinventing an expansion of your higher self. Fellas, ladies, you're simply cut from a different cloth. You should remain in control at all times. There's an innate sense of confidence that you should exude, a comfortableness about who you are in this body that you live with on the daily. Look at how the envious will try to divert your focus from the prize. Being the best you brings out the best of you. Now, did you hear that? I said being the best you brings out the best of you. Out of all popularity contests, you can only be you. You can only be the best version of yourself out of a crowd of thousands. You stand out because you're cut from a different cloth. When the enemies hate, you just walk tall and proud, holding your head high. Please know they recognize your talents and expansion of growth, which are attributes of your gifts. Guess what? You're serving something they are not. It's called uniqueness. While your head is focused, persevering to the next goal, and you're paying them no mind, while they are watching you, you're just cut from a different cloth, baby. While they are behind your back, being manipulative and being in a realm of all knowing, because you have a spiritual guide that maneuver your steps and protect your aura, this doesn't begin to phase you because you're simply cut from a different cloth. Seeing is believing, so they say, but knowing to me is even more powerful. It's everything. Spiritual guidance is on a higher plane as the soul detaches from earthly eyes. Your spiritual eyes ascend to higher ethers. Higher ethers allow an extension of your mind to know things without a shadow of a doubt. It's time to get real and candid on this one. Know that true talent, true beauty comes from within. If you're a constant sour puss, Debbie Downer, looking at what others have versus making a plan of action for change for yourself, or ungrateful for where you are in your life, negative, woe me types, then guess what? Guess what? That's what you'll ever be. If the trajectory is changed from the inside out, your light shines brighter and you attract what you are. You want fortune. You want fame. You want a dream job, dream salary. You want a dream car. You want a dream home. You want a dream lover. You want to create a dream family. Then guess what? Marinate on it by meditation. By letting peace surround you, put on some spiritual meditation music in your quiet space. Quiet spaces bring higher vibrations. If after consistent meditation, you're not repositioning and changing, then your levels to ascend are misaligned. Reroute back to where you started. So you have to reroute back to who's around you. Those that are not benefiting your higher good for your true purpose. That means there is a block. So take a step back and watch the interference of those who I call noise, trying to push boundaries or step in the way of the road less traveled by. As soon as you're trying to rise, there's an instant decline in the acceleration process. Am I right? I think so. If you just ponder on it a bit more, you'll get it. Remove yourself from people, places, or things that are not serving your needs and purpose. In addition, anything worthwhile that you're trying to do deserves to be written down and mapped out. If you don't have a goal, then you don't have a plan. But if you do, then it shows you have at least done some work to have a plan in motion. If you see it, you can visualize it. It begins to settle in your soul. Then you can go from seeing to knowing, as I mentioned earlier. Remember, practice makes perfect. We can only strive for perfection. So we have to continue to put in the work to reach new plateaus. And it starts with you. Your spiritual guidance will lead you to see into the ethers so that those blockers come into play. You become all seeing, all knowing. There are no surprises, only redirection and gains. Don't worry. You're on your way. After all, you're cut from a different cloth. Be blessed with less stress. Much love to you and yours. I'm Dr. B signing out. Until the next time.
Join us next time at Dr. B's Spot, where we dive into the real deal of love and life by tapping into your body, mind, and spirit. Don't forget to like, rate, and comment on each podcast that we drop. For all upcoming shows, reach Dr. B and all she has to offer on BowdenEnterprise.com and social media outlets under the moniker Bowden Enterprise Services. Peace and blessings to you and yours. We are out.